actually have, I only did 5 prints of each one of 20
that we brought.
So there are some there, and we actually sold a couple today. I was like, you like it, you like it. So I'm really excited to show off my stuff. I've never shown any of my stuff. So I did art for a while. I painted murals in restaurants. I did freelance writing. I did stand-up comedy, like I said. Yeah, just mainly the arts. Anything that was the arts. You know, I can't see well enough to drive a car, so I couldn't even be a pizza delivery guy. But yeah, so I just did anything that gravitated towards the arts until I could. I always knew I wanted to be a cartoon guy, though. Come in, whoever you are, somebody's singing. Hello!
Anyone else have a question?
voice.
Oh yeah, you're next.
How did you find your first professional acting agent and acting audition?
I went into, well, I found a couple agents first. I just approached them and told them what I wanted to do. And I found that I was more connected with the people that were doing the auditions than they were, and so I fired a lot of them at first. Until I felt, well, because they would be taking the cut, and then but they wouldn't be hearing about the auditions. I'm like, why am I not going to the audition for whatever? Like, I did the original Littlest Pet Shop. I played Chet the horse or Chet the pony, and he sort of sounded like this, you know. And my agent didn't hear about it. I'm like, why is everybody else going out for this but me? And they're like, oh, okay, yes, absolutely. I was gonna, and I'm like, you never heard about this, did you? And they're like, oh no, I totally didn't hear about that. So I went and I auditioned for it. I got it, and then I fired the agent because they just weren't getting scheduled. And then I went to Gail Murphy, who was one of the very first Canadian, Western Canadian voice agents. And I went into her and she took an interview with me and she turned a camera on me and said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I said, I just, you know, I see myself as the head of a small but humble cult following. And she was like, okay, you're in. And I've been with characters ever since. But I knew what I wanted. I had a lot of determination. I knew what I wanted to do.
Who else has a question? Right here.
About how many hours a week do you work and how much does it fluctuate?
It's the union standard is a 4-hour call, and lately I've been very blessed. This last year I've averaged, in a month I've averaged 5 shows in a month. So at my most I was in 8 series, and I'm usually in about between 4 and 8 series every year. We have Pac-Man that I'm in this year. Pac-Man is on TV. Have you seen Pac-Man? Yeah. So I play Little Fuzzbits, and I play Inky, the little ghost Inky, and the Little Fuzzbits character. So I play that, and so yeah, there's usually between 4 and 8 series a year, and sometimes between pickup sessions and actual recordings, probably a minimum of at least 3 shows a week. So.
Right here.
Curious, was it the current Littlest Pet Shop or an older?
The older one.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have 6,000 episodes of animation at this point. Approaching 6,500.
You are a legend, basically. You're just like, you are a legend.
Wow, and yet it can't buy me a cup of coffee in Vancouver, Canada.
I'll buy you a cup of coffee right now.
No, that's okay. That's all right. No caffeine after 10 o'clock or I'm wired for days.
I wasn't joking.
But thank you. So yes, I've been in Johnny Test. We're coming up to season 7. I'm Bling Bling Boy, Johnny Test, and the General, and Steve McCool, and Elbow the Butler, and Mortimer Mouse. And in MLP, My Little Pony, I played Snips from Snips and Snails, and Stephen Magnet, the fabulous sea servant. Oh my goodness! Oh, fabulous! My moustache! And right now I am Bronco the Magnificent, it's like Terra, who is this tiny little mole man. And welcome, come in, sit down. And I also play Dr. Frog on the League of Super Evil. And Glory Guy on there as well. And Palm and Sean in the old Dragon Booster. And what else? Bibble in the Barbie movies, the little. And what else? Covert Agent Ravage, the last Decepticon from Beast Wars. And George of the Jungle, which is me, but a little dumber. Oh! And boy, lots and lots of stuff. This year we got a couple more new shows coming out. Hello, Actual Furry, come in. Hello. Hello. And boy, I kind of lose track. We've got some new ones. Nerdcore that I work for, as well, one of the companies I work for, they're putting up 2 shows that I want you guys to watch out for. One is called Endangered Species. It's me and Tabitha St. Germain and Sam Vincent, and the 3 of us were the only 3 cast. And Sam plays a squirrel, Tabitha plays a very happy rabbit, and Sam's squirrel character is paranoid, and I play a really stupid gull named Gull, and I'm a seagull, and he talks like this, mother's eggs. So he's really gullible and he's very happy all the time. So that's going to be super funny. That's coming up this year. Kate and Min Mim, another wonderful show. It's going to be, and I play an 8-foot-tall fuzzy bunny. And it's going to be, and if I'm ever invited back, I will come in full costume. It's going to be, it's so adorable. It's a kid's show, but it skews much older because the writing is so fun. Scott Stewart and his wife Lisa, they're just the most amazing producers. The show looks so colorful and beautiful, and I can't tell you anything about it yet, but it's fantastic. So I hope you check that out. It's Kate and Min Mim. It's coming out this year in September, so watch for that. Endangered Species, that's coming out. I'm in something called Pirate Express, where I play Captain Poutine, and that's Atomic Cartoons. That's coming out. I'm just kind of keeping you guys abreast of what I'm doing because I don't know if anybody knows what I've done or what I'm about to do. So this is kind of just me introducing myself to you guys. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Are you guys happy? Are you having fun?
Woo!
That's awesome. Because I must say, I do feel like I said this morning, I've slipped down the rabbit hole a little bit because it's a very, I'm used to brony conventions, so you don't combine Little Pony stuff, but this and like this, like seeing, I'm just so not used to.
Wait a minute, we should go out and find you a few rabbits.
Sure, yes. But just to see people in full uniform and mascot uniform and full furry, I don't even know if I'm allowed to use the word mascot because it's not mascot because you're not representing any
You can
team.
use any what you want.
You're just kind of representing yourself, and it's kind of like just what you associate yourself with. Is that why you do it? This is the animal that you associate yourself with?
Yep.
That's so cool. Now, are you allowed to speak if you're in costume, if you're in full? If you have the head on, are you allowed to speak?
I am.
Okay, make up your own rules.
Every furry has kind of their own set of speech rules, basically.
That's cool. Except I know that you're not allowed to take pictures. I won't be taking any pictures of anybody with their heads off.
Well, some are okay with it, but they all want you to at least ask.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to break the illusion, man. Don't break the illusion, man. Oh yeah, I just heard this joke. Okay, why couldn't the lifeguard save the drowning hippie? Oh, 'cause he's too far out, man. I just heard that the other day. I almost started a hippie sort of speak there, so I had to tell you the joke. He's too far out, man. He's too far out.
We can take questions from you.
Yeah, we can take questions.
Raise your hand if you have a question, right here.
You.
What would you?
5. The answer's 5.
Do you have, I'm just wondering if you have a list of favorite characters and maybe a list of least favorite characters you've done in your career, and could you answer in Covert Agent Ravage's voice?
I think the best, the one that I love the best so far is Stephen Magnet. Because he's so fabulous. And nobody ever gets to play somebody that we'll just call fabulous. So what I'm gonna say but it's fabulous. I love that, and I also loved playing George of the Jungle. Dr. Frog, I love Dr. Frog. I love playing Dr. Frog from the League of Super Evil.
Lots of screaming in that role.
Yeah, I know, I'm always getting squished and crushed and rolled over, and my favorite line was, "Ah! I landed on my keys." I love that.
And you had a question.
But Kate and Mim Mim, I love playing Mim Mim, and when you see the show, you'll see why. The people from Honor, we were both nominated for a Daytime Emmy last year, and I saw him. He was surrounded by his retinue, and I was surrounded by mine, so I just kind of waved. I was like, oh, well, see him another time. Even though I was like, oh my god, it's Jim Cummings. Because even me, I have my guys that I'm like, you know, I try to, oh hey, Jim, nice to see you, man. Good to see you, yeah. Inside I'm like, oh my god, it's Jim Cummings. Because these guys have got me interested in doing it. But we both lost to David Tennant, the 11th Doctor Who. So, you see the 10th? 10th Doctor Who. And I love David Tennant. He's a very good actor. I was a little upset because the voice that he was elected for was affected by a computer. They had altered it, and in a voice category, I don't think that's fair.
No.
I would have much rather lost to Jim Cummings than David Tennant. In that instance. In most instances, I would have rather just taken the Emmy. But hello, welcome. Welcome.
We got another question here.
Another question. Yes, you.
Do you typically audition, or does someone just be like, hey, try this role, and they'll do a voice test? Is that what you usually do?
Well, that's a good question. With the bigger stuff, everybody auditions. With the bigger roles, with the bigger things. There's a couple cartoons that I'm in right now, and that I have been in the last 2 years that I'm still under non-disclosure agreements for, so I'm not allowed to mention what they are, but this year when I'm allowed to mention them, you guys would be like, oh my god, you do that too? But I can't say that. But for big roles like that, yeah, we have to go into the studios and audition. But now, with the now that we have all, it's so easy to get your own home studio. Like I have my own studio and home studio, and I teach all my students. I'm a teacher as well, and I teach them how easy it is to make your own home studio. What our agents will do now, just to save costs on studio costs with engineers and all that, we'll just email our MP3s. So yeah, so I just use. Here, let me show you what I use. I'll show you what I use. When I'm on the road, Okay, here we go.
I'm picturing the Jeopardy.
Bow.
And the crowd goes wild!
This is an Apogee microphone, and it's got the USB. It's got a click here that I've got all the things, and it actually clicks into the back of your iPhone and your iPad. And I use this and GarageBand, and it's got the volume on the side here, and it's an actual small condenser microphone. And it's very good if you go and sit in a closet somewhere where there's clothes around you to deaden the sound. You can actually get a pretty good sound out of this little beast. It's an Apogee microphone, and it costs about $200. And you just but you know, the field recorders on your iPhones are actually quite good. So if you go to your settings, there's something called Audition, and you just tap on Audition, and this pops up, and then you just tap the little button once, and it records, and then tap it again, and then it saves it onto the thing. These field recorders on the iPhones are really quite good, and I've landed quite a few auditions with just these. If I want a little bit better quality and I don't have the time to get to a studio, Apogee microphone, and they're fantastic. And so we don't go in all the time now to audition anymore. We do it from the road. And it's just very convenient, you know. I mean, it's a magical time we live in.
Thank you. That's incredible. I actually bought this for doing like interviews and stuff. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't use a lot of the other. I have PLE, and I do have I have Logic loaded up on my computer, but I never use it. I use GarageBand. And if you are a PC, how many PC people here? Okay, of course. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
People. You
I
people.
used to use a PC, but I use a Mac now.
Yeah, well, it's industry standard, right? So it's industry standard now. My buttons are popping off. I had they fed me really well yesterday when I got here. Anyway, if you are a PC guy or girl, you can use something called hang on. It's ridiculous. Oh God, my whole shirt's just gonna.
By the way, I found another Canadian.
Yes, it's Audacity.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
called, that's the program. So if you use Audacity, that's a pretty good one. There's another one called Twisted, and I don't know if
I haven't
that's,
played with Twisted, play with Audacity.
yeah,
Same here. I'm an Audacity guy.
Audacity also free, but
Audacity.
Yeah, I use that for my bass, because I play bass, I use that for recordings, and the sound comes through really nice.
Yeah, I've heard, so again, it's free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, back in the day when I first started telling people how to get their home studios together, it cost so much money. Everything costs so much money. Now, you could do anything you need for so cheap. You can get a USB microphone like even the little snowball thing. You can get that, or
blue microphone.
the podcasters, or the blue microphone. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things. You can get the whole thing up and running. You know, GarageBand comes with Mac, and I think Audacity's free, so you can get your whole stuff.
GarageBand didn't come with my Mac.
It should.
Well, mine was like second hand.
Oh, well, that's why. Yeah.
But mine has a Mountain Lion, so.
Mountain Lion. Is
Yeah.
that the new?
Yeah,
Or is that
the current one is Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks. That's right.
But the one on my computer, my operating system is Mountain Lion 10.8.5. So.
Just go into the App Store. Go to the App Store and download it for free. I mean, it's GarageBand.
I don't know. I think
Super
I have it
simple.
on I think I have it on a CD somewhere, but like, because the previous owner had a Snow Leopard on it, but he refurbished it so it could to Mountain Lions. So
Okay.
and he included like with the install CDs and everything. So and I think GarageBand. I think GarageBand is on one of the like.
It's a good way to go, and it's cheap and it's free, and like I said, it's basically you can get all this stuff. You can get your own home studio and send out MP3s for next to nothing, and then you go to CD Bunny. Or the Voice Bunny, or Voice123, or Voices.com.
Oh, cool.
They'll charge you an annual fee of a couple, I don't know how much, and you can upload your demos, and you can tell everybody what kind of accents you do, what kind of voices you have, and then producers that are looking for voiceovers will find you and send you auditions every day. And then you can start building up your resume. Who is it that?
Right here,
Thank you very much, by the way.
You're welcome.
right here, in blue.
Oh, yes.
Do you find certain ranges when you speak or do the voices more difficult than others, higher range or the lower range?
Yeah, this is too
Or
different.
adding an accent may not
I
be
bought
difficult
it simply.
if you walk down like this. Does that put more of a strain and you're not able to do it? Or it may be easier or are the higher ranges harder?
I think it depends on what I was doing the night before. Like if I was out at a bar or with friends and talking over top of loud music, when I come in the morning and I'm expected to do this little tiny voice up here, you know, and I know I've been screaming the night before, everything just comes out like Tom Waits. I just sound like Tom Waits, you know, so I'm like Bill Ford Dove, you know, or something like that, you know. It's like everything. I tell my agent Caroline this is Sherry Fowler, by the way. Sherry has been my agent for a long time. Sherry Fowler, everybody. She's the one that keeps me where I'm supposed to be and out of jail, probably. And it's like herding cats with her. I'm sure I'm like herding cats. But Sherry is my convention agent, so she's the one responsible for getting me here, so thank you, Sherry.
God bless you, Sherry.
And you guys are responsible for getting me here too, because if nobody was interested, then
Sorry.
there'd be no bums in the seats here, and nobody would care, and Uncle Kage would be like, Lee who? Lee who? That's my Uncle Kage. I don't know what that was.
I thought it was funny.
Yes.
Can you do an impression of Uncle Kage?
I think I just did. I don't want to do it again because somebody's going to have a recording device here. It's going to get to him. He's like, I don't think I'm going to have that Lee back here next year.
You can come in any year you want.
We have another question right
Yes,
here.
another question?
Hi, can you
Hi.
please talk about your training?
Well, I start with 6 raw eggs in the morning and some calisthenics, and then I do some, what kind of training? Like vocal training?
Yeah, like do you have any particular voice training that you had, like any particular method or anything like that?
No, I never did. I was a class clown, and I grew up and realized that I didn't know how to do anything else. I just know how to make people laugh a little bit and make funny voices. As I don't know, a lot of you know, I can't see very well. I am actually legally blind. It's in the daytime that I can't see. So if you see me and you wave at me and I don't see you, or it looks like I'm ignoring you, I'm not a D-bag. I'm actually just probably can't see you. If it's bright outside. At nighttime I see much better. I have what's called cone dystrophy. And so I have no perception in the daylight. Everything's like I'm snowblind all the time, which is why sometimes I have 3 different sets of sunglasses depending on the lighting. But when I was young, my eyes didn't develop, but my ears were very attuned. So I would impersonate people, like I did the I'm Grumpy Frog here when I was like 5, and Bugs Bunny like what's up, man? I did all that stuff when I was just a kid, and so. I went into talent shows, and I just became very adept at picking up other people's voices. And then when I moved from... mine! Yes, including yours, including that was Marvin the Martian.
I meant to do Fozzie Bear, but...
Oh, really? Oh. I can do Grover. Hey, Foggy baby!
You got... Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Me?
Where are you going? Yeah, where are you going? What are you doing?
You know, I'm going to a poker tournament to raise money for the charity.
Okay, all right. Don't yell.
You know, one day I'll draw an animated character for you to voice for me.
Okay.
I'll look you up.
All right. Hey, do you know what you can do?
Talk about Fanville.
I'm going to talk about Fanbuilt.
Yes.
Come here.
All right.
Is my card. It's fanbuilt.com. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. You go there. We're a consortium of artists. We're voice actors. We're illustrators. We're animators. We're designers. We are everything. We get together and we're still in beta. We haven't even gone to alpha yet. We're only 15 months old. And we've been working out the glitches, and we build projects together. We have 3 cartoons that are being built right now through there, and they're producers will come in there and create shows. If you want to create a show or create like a graphic novel or whatever you want, you go there and you upload your stuff, just like DeviantArt or whatever, or LinkedIn or Facebook, but it's only for people that want to get together and make things. So what we do is we bring producers together with talent, and talent together with each other, and then we are going to be on Ellen DeGeneres this next year to launch it. We haven't even launched. We're in 34 countries and 650 people strong. So please come and be some of the first people to come and do it. Okay, good.
Yeah, you don't know it, but I'm super excited.
I don't know it, but you're super excited? Well, now I know it because you...
I'm giving you a Foxy animator tag.
You Foxy animator tag. Wow, I've been tagged. Look at that.
There's not a lot of us animators.
All right, thank you.
You know what?
We actually there are not a lot of
You're a
animators.
voice actor.
Yeah, we do need more. We do need more animators on Fanbuilt.
I will totally.
Are you gonna do it this weekend?
You know what? When I get back.
The way that the con heads have treated me, which is amazingly. And the opening ceremonies. the enthusiasm is amazing. The people are fun, and how can you not be like happy? How can you not be happy wandering amongst you people when you take such great care with your costuming and you care about, and you're always so nice to each other. Like I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience so far with the furry community, but what I do have, what I have seen so far, it's pretty impressive. Like I think furries are winning. They might be winning. Bronies are good. Bronies are good. They treated me well many times, but for just one experience that I've had so far, I've been treated like royalty, and I know that I'm not. So,
you are.
So it's been very humbling and very, very sweet. I just feel really humbled. So thank you all very much. It's been quite an honor. One more.
When you do voices, do you manipulate your larynx at all? Like when you have a low larynx. Of course I do. Okay, so there's no health risk.
Hey?
There's no health risk in doing it.
No, not unless the microphone hasn't been disinfected. Unless you're licking it. So, okay, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. You guys can do me a favor? Because I'm putting out my first fan-built podcast pretty soon. And would you guys be willing to do me one small favor? I want you on video to say, "Furries love fan-built." Will you guys do that?
With pleasure.
Okay? So, nice and big. I'm going to do this, okay? 3, 2, 1.
Furries love fan-built!
All right, one more time from here. 3, 2, bigger, louder. 3, 2, 1.
Furries love fan-built!
Woohoo! You guys rock. Thank you so much, you guys. Now, I don't know what my schedule is, but I am going to be doing autograph signings, and if you have your vouchers, I want to sign all of your free things. And I want to thank Amy Rainey from Australia for putting together all of those. She drew and put together my autograph sheet for Anthrocon. So
It's in your bag.
it's in your bags. So come give me your voucher, I'll sign for free. Come and take a look at my artwork. Come and say hi to me anytime. And I'm honored to be here. And thank you guys again for having me. It's really not long. Well, KP, there was this little fella underneath the table here, and he seems to have a little hurt hoof. And I was wondering if maybe you could look after him for a little while. That would be really, really awesome. So, could you look after him for us, please? I'm going to take care of the moose. And I think he sort of sounds like this. I don't know why. It sort of seems like something he sort of sounds like.
We do promise we will take care of the moose until we see you again. And Lee, I very much hope we will. We might not be able to do the giant cars and the massive suites, but if you find yourself in Pittsburgh over our weekend, we would certainly welcome you as warmly as the city of Pittsburgh has welcomed us.
Thank you, everybody. I would ask one favor. I want to say thanks to North for being such a great moderator for the panels as well, and all the staff and everybody that treated me so well. I don't want to overextend your generosity, but if I could ask one small favor, I'm going to put this on video. I want to thank you guys for, I know a lot of people have come up and asked me about my fan-built project, and I don't want to make this about that, but on my upcoming podcast, it's about fandoms, and we were originally going to do bronies, but I think the first podcast should be about the furries. So if I could get you guys to just say, furries love fan-built on 3. 1, 2, 3.